What if I told you that some of the gadgets about to enter your life were once considered impossible, unethical, or even dangerous to imagine? Not 10 years ago, just a few years ago. Yet today, these technologies are no longer ideas trapped in science fiction movies. They are real, funded, tested, and quietly being prepared for mass adoption. The future isn't coming anymore. It's already here, and most people have no idea how deeply it's about to change everything. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing your phone no longer needs a screen, your computer no longer needs a keyboard, and your identity no longer exists only in your physical body. Sounds extreme. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may realize that the biggest shock isn't how advanced these gadgets are, it's how fast we're accepting them without asking the hard questions. For decades, futuristic gadgets felt like entertainment. Flying cars, smart robots, mind-reading machines, things we enjoyed watching but never expected to touch. But something changed. Artificial intelligence, space research, and global competition pushed technology into overdrive. The United States, Europe, and Asia are now locked in a silent race to control the next generation of consumer tech. And when powerful nations compete, innovation moves fast, ethics move slow, and ordinary people become the testing ground. Today, gadgets don't just help us, they shape how we think, how we decide, and how we behave. They change habits before laws can catch up. And once a technology becomes convenient, society rarely turns back. That's why understanding futuristic gadgets now matters more than ever. Because by the time everyone agrees something is dangerous, it's usually already everywhere. This is exactly what we explore on Myst. Not just what technology can do, but what it is quietly turning us into. And the first gadget on this list proves just how thin the line between help and control has become. Brain-computer interfaces sound like something pulled straight from a dystopian novel, but they are already real. At their core, these devices create a direct communication pathway between the human brain and a computer. Instead of typing or speaking, your thoughts become commands. Originally, this technology was designed for medical breakthroughs, helping paralyzed patients move robotic limbs, allowing people with speech loss to communicate again. And in those cases, it feels like a miracle. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Modern brain-computer systems don't just read movement signals, they detect intention. In some trials, the system knew what the user was about to do milliseconds before the user consciously acted. That means the machine wasn't responding to a decision, it was predicting one. Now pause and think about that. If a device can predict intent, it doesn't need permission to respond. And if that device is owned by a company who owns the data inside your mind, your thoughts are the last truly private space left. And we are dangerously close to opening the door. The next gadget pushes that invasion even further, directly into your vision. Smart contact lenses powered by AI are no longer experimental toys. They are being developed to overlay digital information directly onto what you see. Directions appear in real time. Text translates instantly. Health metrics update with every blink. No phone, no screen, just reality, enhanced. On the surface it sounds incredible. Imagine walking through a foreign city and understanding every sign, or a doctor detecting illness before symptoms appear. But these lenses don't just display information, they collect it. Every glance becomes data. Every face becomes a potential identifier. And here's the shocking part. Once your eyes become computing devices, you are no longer just consuming content, you are generating surveillance. Not necessarily for governments, but for platforms, advertisers, and algorithms that already know far too much about you. At first, people will accept it because it's useful. That's always how it starts. Now let's talk about the gadget that may replace decision-making itself. We're all familiar with voice assistants, but the next generation of AI personal assistants goes far beyond answering questions. These systems don't wait for commands. They anticipate needs. They manage schedules, negotiate purchases, filter information, and make choices silently. In controlled environments, some AI agents already outperform humans at long-term planning tasks. They don't get tired, they don't forget, they don't panic. And when an AI starts making better decisions than a human, something strange happens. Humans stop questioning it. The danger isn't that AI will take control forcefully, it's that we'll hand it over willingly because it feels efficient. Slowly, subtly, we outsource thinking. And when you stop practicing decision-making, you lose it. But the next gadget changes something even more fundamental, the nature of technology itself. Self-building and self-healing materials are emerging from the intersection of biology, AI simulation, and advanced manufacturing. These materials can repair damage, adapt to environments, and optimize their own structure over time. They're being tested in space missions, extreme construction, and defense systems. Here's the twist. These materials don't just react, they learn. Stress, pressure, damage, all of it becomes training data. The material evolves based on experience. At that point, technology is no longer static. It's adaptive. And once systems begin adapting without human oversight, outcomes become unpredictable. We're no longer designing behavior, we're triggering it. Now we arrive at the most emotionally unsettling gadget of all. Digital human replicas. Using AI voice modeling, facial synthesis, and behavioral data, companies are now creating digital humans that mimic real people. Their voice, their expressions, their personality patterns. These replicas are already being used in customer service, entertainment, and personal memory projects. But here's the reveal most people don't expect. Some digital replicas continue interacting after the real person is gone. Messages, conversations, responses. For loved ones, it feels comforting. For society, it raises a terrifying question. If a digital version of you continues to exist, speak, and respond, what does it mean to be alive? Now, step back and look at the bigger picture. These gadgets aren't isolated inventions. They're forming an ecosystem. Brain interfaces connect to AI assistants. Smart lenses feed data into decision systems. Digital humans learn from everything you do, and once combined, they shape behavior faster than culture or law can adapt. This isn't a future limited to billionaires or scientists. It affects everyday people. Your job, your privacy, your relationships, your sense of identity. Adoption won't happen overnight. It will happen quietly, one update at a time. Here's the final shock. The most powerful futuristic gadget isn't a device you can hold. It's the invisible intelligence connecting them all. AI isn't replacing humans directly. It's reshaping the environment humans operate inside. And once that environment changes, behavior follows automatically. The future won't arrive with alarms or warnings. It will feel normal, convenient, helpful, and that's what makes it dangerous. If one of these gadgets excited you, disturbed you, or made you pause, you're not alone. The real question is, which of these would you use? And which one scares you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Conversations like this shape awareness. And if you want to stay ahead of the secrets shaping tomorrow, subscribe to Tech Myst and turn on notifications. Because the most important changes rarely announce themselves, they quietly become part of daily life. Thanks for watching.